our freedom, don't be distracted. Don't join the bandwagon of people who accuse their brother, who accuse themselves. That is what I see it. When you try, you think you are doing your brother, you are doing yourself. Just like the people, they are saying that they went to testify against Mazi Saboneba. Anybody that does that is just sentencing his own self to jail. So I wonder what they're going to present. You are going there to tell them that Mazi Saboneba is not a member of IPOB. Of course, kudos. He is not a member of IPOB as an organization. He has said it. We have moved away from that long time ago. And he said it on camera. There was a video, I think I will find that video and play, where he said that whatever we do, nobody should attach IPOB to anything we do in this era. Mazi Saboneba said it. He said it very, very clear that nobody should attach IPOB as an organization to anything we do. Every single person in the old southeastern region of Nigeria is an indigenous person of IPOB by birth. We are all indigenous persons. The indigenous people of Biafra, every single one of us that is from that old southeastern region, the present south-south, southeast, lower Kogi, lower Benue, every single one of us, we are collectively the indigenous people of Biafra. But as an organization, it is a different ballgame. And that organization ceased to exist. And the only organization that the Nigerian government have proscribed is IPOB as an organization. So if you come to court and you tell them that Mazi Simon Ekpa is not a member of IPOB, my brother, it's an advantage. Because he himself has said it on his broadcast that we no longer have anything to do with IPOB. We no longer have anything to do with them. We have washed our hands off that. It is a process of gradual process of going up. We have proceeded and moved from IPOB into the autopilot stage. At that autopilot stage, we did our work. Some people fall out, some people fail in, and we walk from that place to Brigi. The same way today we have moved from Brigi and we are now in United States of Biafra. So tomorrow, if anybody go and begin to proscribe Brigi or you begin to attack Brigi or Brigi committed a crime, those people who are parading themselves as Brigi, they will face the consequence. Because on the 29th of November 2024, on video before the whole world, Biafra was redeclared. And from that day, it was announced that from today going forward, we are to be recognized as the United States of Biafra. So if anything happens today, and somebody is trying to talk about Brigi this, Brigi that, whatever thing they get, anybody who is parading such name is fake. And you take responsibility for anything that happens to you. The same thing with IPOB. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu established IPOB as an organization, registered in all countries of the world as a company. But at a point in time, it was hijacked and handed over to the government of Nigeria. We saw them confess it. We saw them on audio. You know, they don't do video. The one they call Edochia. He doesn't do video, all audio. We had his audio. I still have the audio where he said that the governors approached them. The governors approached them and asked them to hand over the ESN. And they did. They handed over the ESN to the governors. And the governors turned back and say that they have captured the camps. And we also had when the man in Anambra State, what is that his name? This clown in Anambra State. The professor. We had when he came online and he announced Seibo. When Seibo came out and announced and said that they are now working with the IPOB as an organization. He announced it. And none of them spoke against it. He announced it. None of them debunked it and said, no, they are not working with him. He announced it, and the other one, that one in Switzerland, confirmed it, that they handed over, that the governor approached them to hand over ESN, and they did. So from those manipulation, the IPOB established by Mazi Nnamdi was infiltrated, and Mazi Simon Ekpa saw it. From then, Mazi Simon Ekpa drew the line clear. He drew the line that nobody should attach what we do to the name called IPOB. We no longer have anything to do with that name. As an organization, IPOB as an organization, we no longer have anything to do. Registered as an organization. And don't forget that there was a time these people went as far as removing the name of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu in the registration of IPOB. Some of you have forgotten. The Department of Saboteurs, they went to the extent of removing the name of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu from the registration of IPOB. And it was our Prime Minister that dictated it, and he began to shout. When our Prime Minister began to dictate it, and he began to shout, even some of them among them in that Department of Saboteurs, they began to fight themselves. Who did it and who did it? Because that is how it always happens. Some people follow blindly. There are some people that are OES member. They join them and sign and say, oh, we vote yes or no. Those who say aye. Those who say nay. You shout aye and say nay without knowing what you're shouting aye and nay for. There are such kind of people. When Mazi Simon Ekpa dictated that, some of them began to run helter-skelter and say, oh, our hand is not there, or who did it? It caused another problem, and a different section of problem for them. I am trying to explain this for people to understand that those people who said they went there and their purpose of going there was to say that Mazi Simon Ekpa is not a member of IPOB. Mazi Simon Ekpa has left IPOB long time ago. On video, he said it. I'm going to try to find that video and play it so that you can hear it from him. He said nobody should hold the IPOB responsible for anything we do. Nobody should attach IPOB to it. We are responsible for every step we take. And nothing has to do with IPOB. So when the Finnish authority begin to charge Mazi Simon Ekpa as being a member of a terrorist organization, which is IPOB, according to the status of the Nigerian government. According to the status of Nigerian government, which Finland is working with, because we know all over the world, even IPOB as an organization is not a terrorist organization. It is not. But in the book of Nigeria, IPOB has been proscribed as a terrorist organization. And that is what Finland is working for. So when you come to court now and testify that Mazi Simon Ekpa is not a member of IPOB, he has said it himself, not to you. Before you say it, he has said it on video. He made the video about it. Many of us watch the program. I can't find the video now. Maybe by tomorrow I will get the video. From tomorrow, I think I will start playing that video in my intro. I will start playing that video in my intro so that people can be able to recollect that. I will start playing that very video on my intro so that everybody can be able to key in. Nobody should attach anything IPOB to us. We have left them long time ago. And that is that gradual, it's a progression. We are progressing. It is a relay from one step to the other. One step to the other. Stage by stage. The restoration of Biafra, when it was the stage of evangelism, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was fully in charge and he completed the assignment of evangelism. Full stop. He completed it. Under IPOB. Then he opened the house for everybody. Both to blind and see, both my body, everybody coming. So far, you can be able to get a phone and call IPOB or Hey Biafra. Come and talk. We needed that noise that time. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu needed that noise. Everybody talk. No matter whether you believe or you don't believe, whether you know what you're saying or not, come and say it. And they did it. They did well. They did well in that evangelism. But after that evangelism, we moved from there. Through autopilot, from autopilot also. Even when we left autopilot, some people were still holding on autopilot. Some people from there, they break away. Some say they are Idu. Some say they are Idu. Some say they are, what's the other name? There's accountability. They prefer in that place where they will be known. We left them and we walked away into Brigi. In Brigi, the instruction was given, plan was made on how to redeclare Biafra, enter into the real deal that we are asking for. Every single one of them signed up. And we, on the 29th, on video, Biafra was declared. The whole world saw it. But suddenly, later, some people say they no agree again. Oh. They say they prefer to remain in Egypt. They are not going forward. That they prefer, that they are comfortable. The house nigger. The house niggers among us, they say they are okay. They are satisfied in Brigi. They are not going. And we are not forcing them. Since that is where they prefer, stay there. We have moved on and graduated. And now we are in a sovereign state of Biafra, seeking for recognition. That is the assignment that is before us. Pursue recognition and restore Biafra fully. That is a great assignment that we are focusing on today. So, for somebody to go and testify that Mazi Simon Ekpa is not a member of IPOB, thank you so much for doing that. Thank you very much for reminding Finland authority that that proscribed group, that Mazi Simon Ekpa is not part of it. That very organization that Nigerian government proscribed, because Finland authority said that they are working with the information given to them by Nigerian government, that they are working according to informations gathered, evidences gathered by Nigerian government. And those evidence, it is based on those evidence that they are calling Mazi Simon Ekpa a terrorist, that he's part of a terrorist organization. And Mazi Simon Ekpa have already removed himself from that organization long ago, very long ago. He is not part of it. He has removed himself. He announced it. He said it time and time again. And they themselves even removed Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. They removed Mazi Nnamdi Kanu from IPOB. They removed his name from registration. Some of you have forgotten. That was the time they removed his name. They were doing everything to make sure they take him. They remove everything that had to do with Mazi. At the time, even to play his video, they stopped it. But we held it. We held on to it. It was the autopilot that continued to hold on to it, continue to play, continue to shout. When we dictate anything they are doing, we shout. When we dictate, once our Prime Minister Mazi Simon Ekpa see everything, just look at anything, he will tell us, we begin to shout. The whole people, we made sure that the name of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is not swept under the carpet. And we will continue to do so until he joins us very, very soon. And Mazi Simon Ekpa himself, he is going to join us earlier than you even expect. He is coming out earlier than yesterday, because today, every single witness is for him. They don't know that all our war, no excursion came here. They didn't know. Their intention was to dehumanize us, demoralize us, and stop us, but it became a blessing to us. The testimony also is a blessing. They went to testify. It's a blessing to us, finally. So do not worry. We are what we repeatedly do. Excellence then is not an act, but a habit. Consistency is the key. Anything you do, if you are a gossiper, every day na gossip, you sabi, gossip channel. Every day, propaganda channel, that is what you like. Propaganda, gossip, distraction, confusion. If that is what you like, good luck. That is whom you are. Biafra is not for you. And Biafrans, you can't be distracted with such a people. Excellence is not just an act, it's a habit. If we want to have an excellent country, we want to succeed, we want to get this recognition we are looking for, we want to go back home as quick as possible, it has to be a habit we develop within us. Call yourself whom you are. You are a Biafran. Identify as a Biafran. Show the world what the Biafrans are meant for. The characters of Biafran people. Show it. So let the world see it and recognize it. Very important. You're welcome, my brother, Ocean Monitor. Ocean Monster. Are you there, Ocean Monster? Unmute yourself. If you're there, unmute yourself. Let's hear from you, Ocean Monster.
Yeah, Mazi, good morning. Good morning.
Good morning, my beloved.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for this today's discourse. It is awesome. I came in when the other brother was about to submit, and he did wonderfully well. You know, see, I greet you, Biafrans, according by your time zone. Greetings to all of you. It is another day, and a very great one indeed. You see, there is something that I want to refresh to the mind of all Biafrans. In the history of humanity, in the history of nature and creature and Bible, there is always one thing that happens to the saboteurs. If you look at biblically how Judas betrayed Jesus, you see the steps that Judas went until the final moment he betrayed Jesus. And after that, look at what happens to Judas himself. Then you come to the nature or our culture as Biafrans. Sabotage or saboteur is a taboo in Igbo culture. Any person who have sabotaged his brother, his sister, against the nature, always have this prize, as Judas in the Bible has. Having said that, the brothers or the Judases who went to sell themselves, thinking that they are going to sell Mazi Simon Eba, even the one selling, thinking that they are selling Mazi Nandekano. Look at them. Look at the scenario that is surrounding them. Look at what they come to do. If you look at the picture of what they came to do or what they went there to do exactly, you will see that those things that they went to do there turned against them. Because the hand of Mazi Simon Eba, the hand of Mazi Nandekano, is totally clean, clear, and innocent. That is why the Bible said, touch not my prophet and do no harm to the anointed one.
Yes.
These brothers who went to Finland, actually they went there, and we have prayed about it. Not on this forum, we prayed on Mazi Humble Lion TV some time ago. There was a time we prayed and we all make the declaration. And on my own submission, I said to God, the creator, nature of the motherland, and all created things, that any person, any Biafran, anybody, any being that is living, even unliving, that goes against this nation Biafra, that goes to testify against this innocent men of our time, Mazi Nandekano and Mazi Simon Eba, that anytime they open their mouth to speak, that they will speak in utmost confusion. That they will speak to the utmost confusion. And whenever they open their mouth to say any word, that word will be against them. Because what they desire in their heart, what they mischief, is to hurt the innocent. And whenever Mazi Simon Eba or Mazi Nandekano, any of them, when it is their time, the time for them to talk or speak, that the God of heaven and earth, according by his word, which said that any time that there is question or there is need for you to talk, that I will put an utterances to your mouth, what you should say, what you shall say, that thing will be in their mouth. And we all declare that. We say amen and amen and amen. And we say this, say. And I'm thanking God that today it is happening. They went to tell lies against my Simon Eba. And they went to lie against my Simon Nandekano. And look at how the table is turning around. As this men, the prophet of our times, they knew that this day like today will come. If you watch their expositions, their programs in the past, they said, they forecast all these things to come. That is why Mazi, to survivor, you just said about when Mazi Simon Eba said that we are not IPOB, that we cannot associate, that we don't associate IPOB with the activities of government as at that time. Don't associate the IPOB's activity to it. What does it tell us? That the spirit entered him and he knew that this day is coming. And that day was that last court they went, the 11th or 10th. And these men came to testify, and they used their own mouth to speak in favor of our prime minister, as God wills, because they planned, and on their arrival, they failed. And that is how they shall continue to fail. Even those who have covered themselves as masquerade in Nigerian court, testifying against Mazi Nandekano, so they shall continue to fail. And the God of heaven and of that infinite mercy will continue to put words, the words of favor, the words of glory, the words of honor, the word that set free and total freedom into the mouth of Mazi Nandekano, Mazi Simon Eba, and all their counsels, all their lawyers, and at the end and at the last, the judge or the justice, whoever that is sitting or will sat on the judgment, will pronounce total liberation and total freedom and the freedom of the new nation of Biafra. Biafrans, this is our take home as it's unfolding. Having said that, a lot is going on through this phase, liberation phase we are, or through what do you call it? Mazi, to survivor. You just mentioned it now. We are in the phase of recognition through this. Yes, the phase of this recognition we are. A lot is happening. A lot is unfolding. Somebody played Mazi Humble Lion played where one is watching a France is talking about the DOS's Ajere and co was calling his colleagues, calling Map, Acharugo, and many of them to come back, that there is need for them to reunite again to fight against the new nation declared, USB. And when I listen to that voice, it marvels my heart. It marveled me. And I think back, how do these people come into this struggle or into this freedom fighting? Then I look at their biography. Bam Ajere have condemned Mazi Simon Eba in the highest term of it.
Of course.
Price curses upon him and the promising that Biafra is here. Yes, it's on video. I didn't make it up. It's on his own video, Chiamaka Ajere's video.
Yeah, we all saw it.
Then Achalugo was the one, I don't know if it's the one that was in the road of Italy, drawing one baby on the ground or somebody like that. She have said a lot of nasty things against the government of USB, against Mazi Simon Ekpa, even to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, MAP have said that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu should be forgotten dungeon. That the family of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu would have drawn a line for him.
Exactly.
He said a lot of nasty words.
You are following.
Now, dear friends, when you look at the utterances of this individual, these people, and I want to reflect the mind of Biafrans, that Iken Guruago said on his program that he will give Ogenkere protection. There was a time he said that. There's something happened that he said that he will give him protection like that. And this Iken Guruago have caused and asked the Nigerian country to jail Mazi Nnamdi Kanu for eternity. Not only to jail him for eternity, but to eliminate anything that comes from his lineage. That is when I call Onuchechi that her silence is very dangerous one, even to her own self, because she was praising this man, most of them that I mentioned here, and the one that I did not mention.
That's their best media man.
Yes, somebody that is like that have come out not just to kill his husband, but again to kill her own children, including herself, because I think the message that Iken Guruago was trying to pass is that a message of kind of mafians. Anybody that may rise up tomorrow to fight against what killed the father, they will do their best to eliminate that person at the infant stage. That is the message of Iken Chiboze Guato was trying to relate. Now you look at this set of men that Van called to reunite to fight against the redeclared of Biafra, the nation, and to fight against all Biafrans. Because Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said, don't think that these men are fighting against me. Mazi Simon Ekpa said, don't think that these people, they just want to take me out of the way. That they just want to take me out to get you.
Exactly.
And in reality, that is what they are doing.
That's it.
These men want to gather and fight Biafrans all over the world, genuine Biafrans who want to liberate themselves and the nation and be of that independent nation. Iken Guruago said it that by so doing, that his people, Nigeria people, will have peace. I want all of us to reflect deeper on that word. Then that will link you, because if you make a move, I will tell you where you're going.
Yeah.
That will tell you this fall back. Who is their twin? Which ideology do they have? And what do they want to do or achieve with that their ideology? What transpires and what happened at Lati, Finland on the 29th of November 2024, the videos that prove some men about in the front seat looking so furious, looking so dangerous, so annoyed, even with their attitude, the way they march around and talking, that they never want that Biafra to be redeclared. This will tell you this set of people what they are standing for.